Tell us about
Hmm.
some of the gangs in the 70s around this time and go a little bit deeper into this whole swastika thing as well. Don't give us too much because we want to watch the documentary, obviously, but break it down as much
Yeah.
as you can. Maybe some of the different types of gangs and this whole swastika thing as well.
Yeah. So growing up in the Bronx, the gang era. Now, the gang era is not unique to the '70s. There's been gangs in the Bronx since the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. There's always been gangs in New York City. I shouldn't just say the Bronx, but in the Bronx, it was a different type of energy when it came to the outlaws or the cliques, as they called them. And some of these gangs were gangs like the Savage Skulls, the Savage Nomads, the Chingalings, the Black Spades, the Seven Immortals, the Bachelors, the Mongols, and the Ghetto Brothers. The list goes on and on. There was over 100 gangs, right? Now, what's important to understand is that the majority of the gangs in the Bronx at that time, pre-hip hop, were Latino. The majority. Okay, the Black Spades they weren't even a black gang. They had numerous Puerto Ricans in the Black Spades from the beginning of the Black Spades. Okay, so this idea that, well, we were together rocking in the gang era, but when hip hop comes along, which we didn't even have a name for it, the Latinos went and did something else, and the African Americans went and did hip hop. But yet we were together in the gang era. Now, excuse me for coughing. Now, the idea that because, there's in prison, there's this term that was given to the Puerto Ricans, and they were called Germans, right? And so the idea, and again, this is just ignorance on the part of Tariq Nasheed for making such a dumb statement as to, these brothers were rocking swastikas. They didn't even like Black Americans. He clearly does not understand gang culture. And so the swastika, as is pointed out in the documentary, The Bronx, the Home of Hip Hop, is the idea that the enforcers of the gangs were the ones who wore the swastika. It was a menacing symbol. It was a symbol that they got from the white biker gangs, the MC gangs, like Hell's Angels. You see the skulls, you see the iron crosses, and the swastikas.